Hey, it's time for a courageous conversation with Misty. I recently did a post about Charlie Kirk's massacre, Charlie Kirk's assassination, Charlie Kirk's hate crime. And the fact that I was appalled and shocked that it happened, I think it was a disgrace. Do I think Charlie Kirk is a good person? Absolutely not. Do I agree with a minuscule amount of the things that came out of his mouth? Also, absolutely not. In my personal opinion, he was not a good person. He spread lies, he spread misinformation, and he spread contempt. But nobody should be silenced. Nobody should be assassinated for the things that they say. Yes, I understand that he upset a lot of people, a lot of communities. He upset people of color, he upset women, he upset trans people, he upset a lot of people. But he should not have been killed. Martin Luther King Jr. should not have been killed for the things that he said out loud on a microphone. That is the reason free speech is so important. We are allowed to have our own opinions. As a Christian, we are taught that God has given humans free will. We can choose to do this, we could choose to do that. I could choose to believe, I could choose not to believe. And if we as humans only surround ourselves with people that agree with everything we say, there's no personal growth. There's no learning. You have to step outside of your comfort zone to grow, to expand, to learn new thoughts and new ideas. Education and knowledge is so important. Yes, for centuries they tried to silence people, and for centuries they tried to keep certain classes of people uneducated. Women were not allowed to go to school. Women were not allowed to read. Women were not allowed to learn. Enslaved people were not allowed to learn, were not allowed to go to school, because these people, they didn't want to have voices. They didn't want these people to have opinions. They did not want these people to be educated. So what's happening now, today, is there are groups of people changing our education system and erasing and rewriting history, which is extremely dangerous. Putting in our college and high school textbooks that slavery was for their own good. Jim Crow was to help better people of color. What? Do I think Charlie Kirk should have been killed? Absolutely not. We fight misinformation with truth, not bullets. Do I think Jimmy Kimmel should have been canceled because he offended the president? Absolutely not. Especially a president who used in his campaign free speech, bringing back free speech. That's something I agreed with Trump on in his campaign platform.
America, we believe in free speech, and we're bringing it back starting today. I stopped government censorship, and we brought back free speech in America. I will restore free speech. I will restore free speech. I banned government censorship from your voices and brought back free speech in America. We have free speech. We didn't have free speech. We do have it now, actually. And I have stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back.
That's something I agreed with Trump on in his campaign platform, was bringing back free speech and eradicating government censorship. However, now we have a government and an administration who is controlling the FCC and telling us what we are allowed to believe, what we are allowed to learn, what we are allowed to say, and therefore what we are allowed to think. That is extremely dangerous. And that is extremely scary. Loving you, Zizi.